Could you imagine a situation where you get a bunch of kids on a bus, loaded up with all the football gear, ready to go, and you don't know how you're going to get there? You don't even know what the destination is. You don't even know what team you're playing. Would you ever do this? You probably wouldn't, but you still do it every day inside your business. At least some of us do it every day inside your business. Let's talk about how we can fix it. Let's talk about designing backward so that we can execute forward. So if we know what our goal is, what our objective is, let's just make this we'll make it the checkered flag for right now. We know where we want to go. We know where we want to go, and call it Z, and we know where we are, call this A. Most of us have an A point, and others kind of have a view, at least, of what the Z point is. How can we figure out the path to get there? Now, I just drew that straight line from left to right because that's typically how we work. We read left to right, we think left to right, we move left to right. But what happens if we design backward so that we can actually execute forward? Let's just say that this checkpoint is we want the customer on the other end to use a new feature that we've just deployed inside our operating system, inside our system, inside our software, inside our product. Use a new piece of equipment, some new technology. We want them to do something new or something different than they've done before. Well, what's the end? Use. So they actually use it. So they use it. Now, just because we want them to have that first experience with it, in order for them to use it, we have to install it. To use, we have to install. In order for them to install it, it has to arrive. It has to be there. They have to get there. They have to actually get onto the platform or get the piece of equipment in the room. In order for it to arrive, it has to move or be shipped. So we have to send it. In order for it to ship or move, we have to have it. We have to store it, or we have to build it. By beginning with the end in mind and working backward from success, then we can start testing forward and determine, are we on the right path or are we going in the wrong direction? And I've talked about this in the context of roads and rivers and streams and railroad tracks and walking paths. There's a couple of different ways that you can do it. If you want everything to go right through the specific lines and not have any deviation, put that on a set of tracks, a set of railroad tracks. If you want there to be a little bit of flexibility where people can get creative, use a road and have some off paths. If you want someone to get there their own way, build a couple of trails and help guide them through it. Begin with the end in mind, lay out the key milestones through here, and if at any point in time you're getting stuck in the process, add a couple of more milestones in the middle. And that's really the secret to making this thing work. Like, let's say that we get to Y, but then everybody falls off. It gets installed, but nobody's using it. What are some of the small incremental steps that you can put in place? Call it Y.1, Y.2, Y.3, maybe Y.4. Incremental steps that you can put in place that help you get to Z. You can design backward from those too. Identify where your conversion challenges are and solve for those. If you're looking for help in this kind of stuff and want to work through a guided whiteboard discussion with your team, know this is something that I do with folks. You can find your catalyst at findmycatalyst.com.